Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy to cop a feel of you. I'm not interested in marriage, just a quick fumble in the back of a carriage. And you... Oh, hello, dear viewer. I didn't hear you come in. Oh, well, now you're here. I was just about to play a bit of Outlast 2. So why don't you join me? Let's have a look and find out exactly what it is, shall we? So anyway, option-wise... yeah, language, English, that's always a good one for me. So you've got the game settings. You can toggle crouch, which is very useful in this kind of game, as you will need a lot of it. Graphic-wise, pretty decent. Oh, turn it up a bit. Well, it's not really needed, as you'll see very shortly. This is built on the Unreal 4 engine, of course. So, and controls, fully rebindable. There's also, I can't remember where I saw them now. There's also controller settings. The game can be played with a controller. I'm being blind. I saw them earlier on when I looked. There is a way to change your controller configs as well. For some reason I'm just not seeing it at the moment. So what I should do is I should dive in and start a new game. So as not to give any spoilers. And so I shall join you back in game very shortly. And here we are, back in game. This part won't give it to me spoilers, it's more sort of a tutorial and setting up the premise. So there are a few QTE moments. However, you can set it off in the game's options so that you don't have, you can never fail them. Which, as everyone knows, QTE events suck, so that's a good setting to have. So yeah, this is just kind of as much a mini tutorial as anything else. And if you've played Outlast 1, this should be sort of fairly familiar to you. Got the usual things you'd expect, plenty of things to hide in or hide under. And of course, because I really wasn't thinking there. Well, that was a great start to the game. Died on my first obstacle. I was just thinking of a different game at that moment in time. So yes, what was I saying? Yeah, it's got the usual things you'd expect from an Outlast game, if you've played the first one. So, but yes, visually wise, as you can see, Unreal 4 engine, so yeah, it's pretty top notch all over. Let's do it right, there we go. So of course you have your go for the old cinematic panning shots there. So that's my first complaint with this game. It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit cumbersome on the interface. It doesn't feel quite as smooth and svelte as Outlast 1 did. And of course you've got your usual and annoying battery management and hunting down batteries, of course. That seems to be part of the course for these sort of games, as you can imagine.
Oh, fuck me! Fuck!
Think of the audience.
I haven't crashed. Fuck this.
Go for the gore, they like that. So yeah, we can watch all that later, I suppose. It's also quite nice that you can interact with your...
Find Lynn. Nothing matters but Lynn.
That's the immersion. So yes, Of course, because this is Outlast, this is definitely more your chainsaw massacre type horror than it's all about the gore and the ooh yuck moments, rather than deep psychological horror such as Amnesia and A Dark Descent or Soma. But yeah, so visually stunning, audio and sounds are fantastic, as you can imagine. Voice acting as good as you can hear.
I'm lost and hurt
And whiny. Yeah, so this is definitely if you like your sort of gory moments, if you're sort of Friday the 13th for your horror films, you'll really get it from. This is definitely a fine addition to your collection. But yeah, so there's an annoying battery mechanic is of course still there, and try and manage it between crawling through the dark, and this gives me a bit of a Resident Evil 4 vibe as well. Very beginning of Resident Evil 4 when you was in the village. I'm sure plenty of you have played that game, so you know what I mean. Yeah, so that's just... Yeah, the controls are not quite fluid. And of course, yeah, as I say, as you imagine, there's plenty of hiding in things and in cupboards. So it's very much what you'd expect of an Outlast game. But yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it had to still stick with the annoying battery mechanic. As I said, if you've watched any other reviews of horror games, I just don't see what it adds to a game, or rather it doesn't really add anything. So going again, oh, I've gone that way, so I need to be going this way, I think. It is of course pretty linear, which is not a bad thing in a horror game though. It allows a better telling of a story, of course. Ah, that's what I was looking for. So of course you've got to get all your footage and tell the story events. So you can expect some good jump scares here and there as well. So the big question I suppose is, how does it compare to Outlast itself, the first Outlast? I would actually say I enjoyed Outlast 1 more. It's not, I mean, this is a good game. That's the first thing. I mean, especially with most of the awful Unity asset flips that count themselves as horror on Steam these days. So this is definitely a good game. It's not a bad game at all. But I just found myself I thought Outlast 1 was the better game. Maybe because it was the first sort of thing. It was quite new at the time. But I say no, it's not. This is not bad. Certainly, if you like horror, this is definitely well worth adding to the collection. As you can see, visually, it's pretty good. Like the fact you can interact like that adds to the immersion, certainly does. So I think we'll probably conclude our dealings soon. So I'll just take you up to this first enemy because it's a slightly annoying one. Especially if you're new to, or rather perhaps if you're not new to this franchise, it's more annoying. And then we can conclude our dealings. Right. So this one can be a bit heat-seeking sometimes. Down, down. Sometimes hiding behind here, oh, like that. There we go. Other times it won't see you. Oh, just so frustrating. Because as you know in the Outlast games, you can't fight. Even though, look at that scrawny stick insect. You have to be a munchkin not to be able to clean her clock in one punch. There's nothing to her. But that's the rules of the games. So, alright, let's have another crack. But yeah, I've hidden behind there plenty of times and been absolutely fine. And then, yeah, sometimes you'll just automatically see you. Say another in Outlast, you know, you knew the idea. You had to hide behind sort of like a wall, and it would walk by, and then you'd sneak through. Maybe I was a bit too slow. Right, let's go. Let's get down. Nope. I'll have another go. Look at it, it's a white little wraith. Only one of us be wearing that pickaxe, sweetheart. I can tell you now, this was real life. Guess the answer. The answer is not me. Right. So yes, this, as I say, it does actually get better later on. It gets more traditional Outlast. I keep going the wrong way for it at the moment. Yeah, back on track. A battery. Yeah, I just wish even Outlast would just drop this silly battery thing. Right, maybe it's because I sprint that last time. I'll leave the camera off, see if that makes a difference. Maybe she picks up its lens flare or something, I don't know. Right, and this time, see, same place each time. So slightly frustrating. And this is where I get to, yes. So yeah, visually it's good. Controls are slightly cumbersome. Audio's excellent. Voice acting's good. Story-wise, well, I'll leave you to find out for yourself, as I say, I don't want to give any spoilers. You don't have to have played Outlast 1. But yeah, it is a good game. I'm enjoying it. But I would say I preferred Outlast, the first one, better of the two. If you haven't played either and you was going to drop your money, I would probably suggest start with that one. Still. But it's not under the understanding this is a good game. Definitely a very well done horror. Yeah, it's definitely more of the horror gore, your Friday the 13th hack and slash, rather than your deep psychological horror that Amnesia and Soma do. But if you enjoy your horror games like I do, this is definitely one you should be thinking of adding to your collection. So anyway, I think we'll conclude here. As ever, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to let me know you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye now.